He's on the bench tonight. Travis d'Arnaud throws down to second base, and we're set to go. The Angels in their home whites. Yandy Diaz in the Rays' navy blue tops with the gray pants coming to the plate. Yandy had a quiet day yesterday, and what is really a comfortable night after all the heat and humidity the Rays have dealt with in Tampa Bay, in New York, and Cincinnati, the last road trip. This is welcome. First pitch of the night out of the windup from the veteran Kikuchi. Is swung on and wrapped foul behind third. 78-degree night. It is 9:38 on the East Coast.
By the way, when we got into the hotel, was your window wide open?
Mine was not. They must have known you were coming. As an 0-1 is slapped foul to the netting, and it's nothing in two.
The sliding glass door was wide open. It was like the breeze was coming in, you know. Obviously, they purposely did it, but being a Florida boy, I'm like, oh, my first thought is there's going to be a million mosquitoes in my room. Obviously, mosquitoes don't live out here.
Not as many, that's for sure. Two-strike pitch from Kikuchi. Swung on, line the other way, into shallow right center, sinking, and a dive, and a miss by the center fielder. And going all the way to second is Yandy Diaz as Joe Adele backs it up.
Well, that's a great way to start out a game right there. Yandy Diaz going out for that double.
And that's a hit, and every hit's a win with Suncoast. For every Rays hit, Suncoast donates $79 in honor of their 79 Florida branches, with up to $10,000 going toward 2 local nonprofits each month. We'll set the defense in just a moment for the Angels here in the first, but the Rays have a chance, as you do when you bat first on the road, to score first. Man at second, none out. Ha-Sung Kim will be the batter. As Yandy, his 20th two-base hit of the year, the pitch. Outside and high, ball one.
Well, some really hard contact, too, by Yandy. 3 straight pitches, a couple fouls, and then that double in the gap. And, you know, Kikuchi's known for giving up a lot of hard contact. The fastball alone, there's an average 94 exit velocity on that fastball.
Pitch is in there, a strike to Kim, and it's 1-1. But the big key right here for the Rays is finding a way to score first. That's been their issue. They have had a tough time doing that in this stretch where really their fortunes have been reversed. They were 25-9 for a period after starting 21-26 as a fastball outside, 2-1. And now they've gone 9-23 after the 25-9, almost erasing all the great work they had done. There's still time to get on another similar run. But the hope is it begins here in Anaheim, where the Rays have had success. 2-1 is lined the other way, in a right, over Adele, can't get it, drops in, base hit. Diaz had to make sure it wasn't going to be caught, so he advances 90 feet. It's an opposite field single for Kim. A really good swing the other way, and there's first and third non out as we set the defense for the Angels.
Sure, left to right in the outfield. Taylor Ward, your left fielder. Bryce Teodosio over in center field. Joe Adele making that play in right field. Left to right in the infield. Yohan Moncada, your third baseman. Zach Neto, your shortstop. Christian Moore, second base. Nolan Shonowell over at first. And Travis d'Arnaud behind the plate.
You could not ask for a better situation to begin the ball game. First and third non out. Your top home run and RBI guy coming up in Junior Caminero. As we get started here in Anaheim, pitch to Junior on its way. Swing and a miss, a fastball away, 0-1.
No, I don't mind that at all. That was a fastball, center cut, and Junior Caminero, you want to let that eat. I mean, that's what you're looking for, 96, and he is very, very good with velocity. So if he wants to try that again, it might not have the same outcome.
Infield to pull, looking for 2 to minimize trouble is the pitch. Swung on, fouled back, and it's 0-2. And now Kikuchi, for the first time, has a chance to finish a Rays hitter. And sometimes when you get these first and third situations, that first batter will set the tone. You get Caminero at the plate, 28 homers, third in the American League, and 72 driven in. Open stance for the Rays' 22-year-old against the veteran Kikuchi. A look at first, the pitch, up and away. Backhanded by d'Arnaud, it's 1-2.
Neil, you're talking about the struggles that the Rays have had, scratching runs across the board. I think the Rays, if they can go back to where they were in spring training, coming out of spring training, all it was talking about was manufacturing runs. And that's all you need. You don't have to get to the 8-9 run mark. You're looking for 4 or 5.
As a 1-2 is high, and it's 2-2, a changeup upstairs. Well, part of that is moving the baseball. The Rays went just 1 for 15 in the Dodgers series with runners in scoring position, and it's hard to win games. I mean, they were hitting in the 280s for a while. They're down into the mid-270s. still very good, but it's tailed off, especially since the All-Star break, and especially when they were missing Brandon Lau. Now, Brandon not in the lineup tonight, but that's because of how good Kikuchi is against lefties. 2-2 with 2 on and none out in the first. Down and in, and scrambling to knock it down is Darno. It's gone from 0-2 to full, and nice job by Junior to lay off.
Well, and this is what I was talking about when we were starting the game up, is the fact that Kikuchi does run a lot of full counts. He's a high pitch count guy, more of an effectively wild starting pitcher.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Kim's had a short lead and now a step off by Kikuchi and no throw. The Angels are a team that you can run on some. Base runners only 7 steals, though, against Kikuchi in 10 tries. Pitch. Runner holds, and it's hit in the air towards center. This should get a run home. Teodosio back to make the catch. Diaz tags. Hill scores. The throw comes into second. Sac fly for Caminero. The Rays do indeed get the first run on his 73rd run batted in of the year. As they're going to appeal to third, and the appeal denied. The Rays are up 1-0 in the opening frame.
Well, that's an excellent job right there by Caminero. I mean, he fell behind early, right, and then worked his way back into a full count, finally got a pitch that he can drive. He knew all he had to do, get it to the outfield. If you get it to the outfield, Rays will have a run on the board. 7th sac fly for Junior. That leads the team as well now, one ahead of Taylor Walls. Runner at first, and Kim. Here's DH Christopher Morel. And he swings and misses at a high heater at 95. 0-1. Now, chatting with Kevin Cash before the game, he said the key against Kikuchi is force him to bring the fastball down. That was fastball right at the top of the zone. From the stretch, Kikuchi ready, Pierce at first, and 0-1. Inside, with a fastball that cut, it's 1-1. Yeah, when that fastball is right above the belt, that's when it's very, very hard to get to, right? You see a lot of swing and miss underneath the pitch. And when it's a little bit lower, that's where you can take advantage of it. And that's what they're hoping for Christopher Morel. I mean, look, they got Morel hitting in the 4-hole.
As a breaking ball catches the outside part. First curve by Kikuchi. It's 1-2.
Well, he's a breaking ball guy. He doesn't even throw the fastball as his number 1 pitch. He's 95, 96 from the left side. And he throws the slider more than the fastball. So his slider and curveball combination come in over 50% of the time.
1-2 with the runner at first. Swinging a ball, poked foul straight back. It's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Rays making Kikuchi work here in the opening inning.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I think the play for Morel being this high in the order, which he hasn't really been that much this year, has got to be hopeful that he can pop one, right? Going up there. You said 16 out of 17 home runs that he's given up, Kikuchi. It's been to right-handed hitters.
As a throw to first, not in time, came back in standing. Well, Morel has hit high in the order against lefties,
right.
Only against lefties, and the Rays are facing lefties 2 out of 3 games. And as the DH, you're hoping again he can run into one or at least an extra base hit. The pitch, swing and a miss, again a high fastball. That was in the strike zone. It was on the upper inside corner. Kikuchi found his spot, and he gets his first punch out for out number 2 here in the first.
That was, like you said, a perfectly located fastball. I mean, this is a heater at 96, 97 miles an hour. Not only up, but it was up and in. And for a right-hander to handle that pitch, it's very difficult.
Johnny DeLuca, with a fair amount of family and friends, he grew up in Southern California, stands in, and he swings and fouls it hard toward the dugout of the Angels' third base side, 0-1. Hasa Kim at first. He was a popular man in the pregame because they had a K-pop concert.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that going on in the outfield.
Idol is the group that played pregame, and I don't know who was more excited, him to see them or them to see him.
A lot of pictures being taken?
It seemed to be. 1 strike pitch is a breaking ball low on appeal, no swing. Says tomorrow's home plate umpire, Alex Tosi at first. It's 1-1.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out if the security guards in the press box were for K-pop or for you, Neil, because all the fans that you have, that try to get in here, try to get the autographs.
My guess it's the former.
Okay.
That's only my guess.
I didn't know. I had to ask.
1-1. DeLuca swings and drives one. High and deep to left, but this probably stays in the yard. Ward on the track under it. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. Off the bat, I thought that was going to go a little further. It had more heights than it did distance. The Rays settle for a run on 2 hits. Adrian Hauser coming out.
Great moments.
Hander in his 9th season in the major leagues was traded earlier this year. First start with the Tampa Bay Rays. 6-2 with a 2.10 ERA in the 11 starts he had for the White Sox. 68 2/3 innings. 47 punch-outs. We talked about it, Neil. He's not a swing and miss pitcher necessarily. He can get you to strike out, but he's going to run a sinker about mid-90s. That's his best pitch, and he's going to attack the zone with a 4-pitch mix.
Right, his first pitch is a sinker that's low and outside for a ball. Facing Zach Neto, righty on righty. He's been especially good against right-handed batters. They're hitting 208 with an under 500 OPS. Swing and a miss and another sinker to Neto. It's 1-1.
You know, I like the sinker, the action to his pitch, because it sounds funny, but it has a lot of plane to it. It has a lot of depth. Sometimes you get guys with sinkers and it just goes horizontal.
As the next pitch is down and in, another sinker, and this one is off the plate, so it's 2 balls and a strike on Neto to start the home first. Again, Rays had a run in the top half. 2-1 pitch from Hauser. Slider in there for a strike, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Neto, who has had a terrific season. We didn't see him in Tampa because he was out due to a shoulder issue. He had shoulder surgery last offseason. The pitch just misses off the plate. A ball, and it's full 3-2. Neto with some tough takes here.
Pretty nice slider outside corner right there. And I'll tell you what, Hauser, I love the tempo he's got right now.
Here's a 3-2 with the left leg on the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a sinker. Down on strikes goes Neto, and Hauser fans his first batter with the Rays. Let's set the defense for Tampa Bay.
We'll go left to right on the infield this time. Junior Caminero, your third baseman. Taylor Walls at shortstop. Hassan Kim had that hit in the first inning. He's over at second base. Yandy Diaz at first. Nick Fortes is your catcher. And then the outfield, left to right. Jake Mangum, your left fielder. Johnny DeLuca in center field. And Josh Lowe in right.
Here's the first lefty for Hauser, Nolan Shonowell. First baseman takes in there for a strike, 0-1. More of a contact hitter is Shonowell.
Nilsy, did you notice I went infield first and then outfield?
I did.
I did that for you. I was in the car one day, and I realized when you do the defense, you do the infield first.
Thank you very much.
And I wanted to be like my man Neil.
As a ball popped up into left center field, Mangum over toward the alley. He's got plenty of room. Puts this one away in the gap, and Shonowell skies the other way to the big part of the park. And 2 down for Mike Trout, the designated hitter tonight.
Well, Neil, I know you're going to appreciate the tempo and the pace that Hauser is already setting. Right, gets the ball. He looks like he's in sync already with Fortes. Remember, these guys haven't worked together, and so they're already going out there on the same page, doing a great job of, going out, attacking the zone and controlling counts.
The bearded righty at the ready, and his pitch swung on, fouled off to the right by Trout. It's 0-1. He missed a couple games. Did Trout over the weekend due to illness. But he did play yesterday. He's 3 homers shy of 400 in his major league career. 0-1. Popped it up down the right field side. Does Lowe have a play? He comes toward the sidewall into foul ground. Leans over the railing but has no play. About 3-4 rows back, and it's quickly 2 strikes on the right-hand hitting DH Trout.
Mike Trout, in my opinion, is the best player of my generation, right? He came in a little after I did, but he has been a guy, when healthy, he has been the best player on the field no matter who he's playing against. And, it's the first 8 seasons really set the tone for his career, right?
Well,
never had an OPS under 940.
This year, mostly DHing it in right field to try and take something off his legs. As an 0-2 is a sinker away, and it's 1-2 strikes, and it has helped to a degree. He's played more games this year. At least is on pace to play more than the last several.
Yeah, last 8 seasons, he's averaged 70 games a year, and that's it.
1-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3. Beautiful changeup from Hauser. He has a perfect first inning as a Ray, and he strikes out a pair. So we're through 1 in Anaheim. Rays 1, Angels nothing on the Rays Baseball Network.
Life is so confusing. I wish I had some.
$19.35. Whether you're celebrating a win or just enjoying a meal with family and friends, Colony Grill's famous thin crust pizza knocks it out of the park.
Josh Lowe left on left against Yusei Kikuchi. 1-0 Rays as we start the second. Josh is the only lefty in the lineup today, playing right field as Kikuchi deals 0-1. Breaking ball lifted in the air, foul out of play, back-to-back sliders, and it's no balls and 2 strikes.
No, that's the reason he's so tough against left-handers is he's a heavy usage on that slider. And that slider is hard to stay on as a lefty. It looks exactly like the fastball, very sharp late movement to it.
0-2. Swung on, poked the other way down the left field line, but this will fade into the seats as Ward gives it a look. Still 2 strikes on Lowe, who I thought had some really good at-bats yesterday against the Dodgers. The infield right now is back with 2 strikes. Josh had a bunt base hit against Yamamoto yesterday. 2 strikes, the pitch, swinging a ball, pulled on the ground towards second, to his left hand with it, and throwing to first, not in time. The second baseman, Moore, took too much time. We'll see if the Angels want a review as that ball just was rolled out and kind of dragged toward the hole at second. And there's not going to be a review, I don't think.
That right there is a terrible mistake by the young rookie Christian Moore. I mean, he just laid back on it like he could just shovel it over to first, and he just took his time. That's all he did, and Josh Lowe saw that he was taking his time and was busting it down the line. He's clearly safe.
What a great job, though, by Josh.
Yeah.
And what a message that sends to the dugout. So the Rays have their third hit, Josh edging away as the pitch driven foul to the right by switch-hitting shortstop Taylor Walls, and it's 0-1 on Taylor batting from the right side.
I'll tell you what, you know, that is as simple of a ground ball to second baseman as you can get, and I guarantee you that will be the only time that happens in Christian Moore's career, because that's a bad feeling right there.
The pitch outside for a ball, and it's 1-1 strike on Taylor Walls, and now can the Rays take advantage of it? Look, the Angels as a team are next to last in baseball in defensive runs saved. So it's not going to be the first mistake they make this series. Here's a 1-1. Swinging a ball, looped foul to the right, out of play, 1-2. And let's remember, in the first inning, Yandy Diaz hit a sinking liner to center. Teodosio decided to try and make a diving catch, and it turned a potential single into a double.
Yep. Yeah, no doubt. It's kind of the opposite of the way that the Rays are put together. The Rays are all, pitching defense and then get some offense where you can. And it seems like, the Angels, they just are sloppy defensively. And you give a lot of runs away that way, and it's very tough to win consistently.
Next pitch is a changeup outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Walls. Man on, none out. Second inning, Rays up 1-0. Rays looking to take advantage of that. Give credit, though, to Josh Lowe. I just looked up his time to first base on that play. First to 2-2 coming to Walls. Swinging a foul tip held on to by d'Arnaud. Walls is the first out here in the second. Josh Lowe was a 4.15 to first base. Other than Chandler Simpson, that's pretty darn elite. Chandler's like 3.9. But when you're in the 4.1 to 4.2 area, that's among the better speeds that you're going to see down to first.
And the best part is it was a routine ball to second base. A lot of guys take that play off. You hate to say that, but they do. Ground ball to second baseman, they put their head down, they're jogging over to first.
As a throw to first, not in time to get Low. First disengagement for Kikuchi with Jake Mangum up.
So, good on Josh Lowe going out there, and you talk about a guy who never takes a play off. Now you got Jake Mangum up at the plate. High contact type hitter.
Middle infield looks for 2. Jake had 2 hits yesterday, and he swings and drives one on the line to right, but right at Adele, who backs up 2 steps, barely had to move. He makes the catch. And back to first base goes Josh Lowe. Rays are hitting some pretty solid line drives first time through the other way from the right side against Kikuchi.
Listen, I think there's been a lot of hard contact, right? You saw the first inning and what the Rays were able to do, and it's been hard contact off of Kikuchi so far. And hopefully, if the Rays can keep that up, these balls are going to start falling.
Just have to continue to take a good approach as Nick Fortes stands in, number 9 batter. Swings and misses at a slider, 0-1. Lowe still at first with 2 out after his infield hit, so the Rays have not advanced him. And again, these are the things that if you want to win games and get on a run, tacking on runs is so critical. Taking advantage of others' mistakes, also important. Fortes waiting. Here's an 0-1 coming. Runner goes. Pitch is grounded foul behind third. Boy, Lowe had a wonderful jump. It's 0-2.
Yeah, he was going first move right there, and it was only a matter of time. You got to remember, 2023, Josh Lowe was one of the best base runners that we had on the team, over 30 stolen bases, so it's in there for sure. You were just talking about how fast he got down to first base, so you put him in motion and get a hit at the same time, you got a chance to score from first.
2 strikes, 2 out. Fortes looking for his first hit with the Rays. Hunter Fiducia had his first yesterday. As the pitch upstairs, a sinker, and it's 1-2. Much easier inning for Kikuchi. He threw more than 20 in the first. This will be his 35th of the game. Lowe still held at first by Shawnuel. Throw over there, and that's the second disengagement. So that means that Josh has a chance to run here, and unless there's some sort of pickoff, he can run unimpeded.
Yeah, you talk about Josh Lowe being a good base runner. How about this? 77 attempts in his major league career. He's stolen 70 bags. He's only been thrown out 7 times.
He goes. Pitches low for a ball. d'Arnaud's throw. Not in time. Well, make it 71 of 78 in his career and 10 out of 13 this year. The Rays lead the world in stolen bases. Now they've got a runner at second and 2 out. And a 2-2 count on Fortes with a base hit here with 2 out that would add to the Rays' lead.
That sounds so much better when you say they lead the world in stolen bases than lead the major leagues. That's great, Neil. I love it. Nice description right there, man.
2-2 now to Fortes. Swinging a ball wrapped behind third and foul once again off the front of the Angels dugout, scattering a couple of players there, and third base coach Brady Williams. It's still 2-2 on Fortes, who's had good swings in the at-bat. He's had good numbers against Kikuchi. 2 for 5 against him in his time with the Marlins. Can he come through here and get a key run home with 2 out? Swing and a miss. He doesn't. Change up away. Fortes down on strikes, and the Rays leave a man in scoring position. So through an inning and a half, 1-0 Rays over the Angels. This is the Rays Baseball Network. Middle third of the order for the Angels here in the second. Rays up 1-0. Taylor Ward, for all the talk about Mike Trout, has had a fantastic season. 26 home runs, 82 batted in. The pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, his 26 yesterday, I believe.
And they walked off the White Sox to avoid being swept. They were down 5-0, won 8-5. Ward with a 3-run walk-off. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball, hit hard and past the diving walls into left center. A base hit, first for the Angels. Let's pause for station identification on the Rays Baseball Network. Alongside Doug Wechter with Andy Freed on the television side, I'm Neil Solondz. Chris Adams-Wall is back in Tampa Bay. So is our engineer there, Derek Dubose, and Mike Noto engineering here. We're at Angel Stadium, 1-0 Rays in the second. Here's Yoan Moncada. First pitch is a breaking ball down and in for ball one. Moncada has been oft injured the last several years, but since coming off the injured list July 8th, he's hit a couple of home runs. Now it's 7 overall, left-handed batter. As Hauser at the ready, and the pitch sinks a little low, I guess, for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. Middle infield to pull, and looking for 2 is Ward. Not a big threat to run, held at first by Yandy Diaz. In at third, slightly coming arrow, 2-0. Swinging a ground ball toward the hole at second, flagged down by Kim. 1-hop throw to second is in time to get the force out, but that's all they'll get. I'll tell you, Kim kind of rushed his throw thinking they had a chance to get 2. He was fortunate to get 1 as the play goes 4-6, thanks to the read by Taylor Walls on the in-between hop.
I'm going to tell you right now, I thought he was going to go to first base on that because the ball pulled him all the way over toward the first baseman, Yandy Diaz, but instead does a jump spin and flips it back to Taylor Walls to get the lead runner. That was quite an athletic play by Kim over at second.
And by Walls to pick it on the short hop is a breaking ball strike to Joe Adell, 0-1.
Well, something I immediately love about Hauser, and you could tell this just by the numbers coming in, he's a huge ground ball guy. So when he does give up a hard contact, it's going to be on the ground. So the double play ball is always in play.
Adell, a fly ball hitter, swings and grounds it foul behind third, and it's 0-2.
And it seems like, at least tonight, and again, this is the first time we've had a good look at him, but Hauser, when he misses in spots so far that he's not going to get hurt with, right? When you miss, you're going to miss down, or you're going to miss with a slider or a breaking ball. You're going to miss off the plate. And so far, he's been locked in on that as well.
1 on, 1 out, 0-2 coming to Adell. Up and in for a ball, and it's 1-2. He's hit 21 homers. He's driven in a total of 61 in a career year for a former top pick of the Angels. Moncada held at first by Diaz. Here comes a 1-2 from Hauser. Swinging a ball drilled deep in the air to left. This is way back toward the wall, and the Angels take a 2-1 lead. Well, that was a sinker that didn't sink enough. Adell adds to his career high with his 22nd homer, and now the Rays trail 2-1 in the second.
Well, Neil, you're talking about the power from Joe Adell, 22nd home run, and, you know, we're talking about with Hauser, when you miss, you got to miss in spots where you're not going to get hurt. That pitch just caught too much plate, and Joe Adell, being a fly ball hitter, is going to try to put it out to left field. He's going to go pull side. He's going to do everything he can to get that ball up in the zone, and that's what he found. Was able to jump on that pitch, catch it out front, and change the score on one swing.
First home run allowed by Hauser this year to a righty. And just his 4th in a dozen starts. As a pitch taken for a called strike by Travis d'Arnaud, 0-1. Nothing new for the Angels, though, especially against the Rays. They won 2 of 3 in April, 4 months ago. The pitch taken a little low, 1-1. The Angels hit 11 home runs in those 3 games, and they're now tied for third in the majors, behind only the Yankees and the Dodgers with 159 homers. The pitch is low, and it's 2-1, and the Rays are top 5 in the league in home runs allowed, and that's been a massive issue all season long.
Yeah, it has been, and now I will say, one of the pitchers who gave up a lot of those home runs is not on the staff anymore.
There's a ball grounded foul toward third, and it's 2-2. In fact, one of the big differences between Adrian Hauser and Zach Littell coming into tonight was that Hauser had allowed 3 homers in 11 starts, and Littell had given up 26 in his 20-some-odd outings.
Well,
but tonight, the Angels get one anyway. 2-2. That's taken just outside, and it's full.
Maybe we jinxed them. We were talking about that in the pregame.
I wish we had that kind of ability because the Rays would have won like 12 in a row if we knew what the right words were to say. 3-2. Swinging a ball lifted foul to the right out of play. It's still full. And sometimes a guy just gets you.
He does. And look, Joe Adell has gotten a lot of guys throughout his career and this year. I mean, 22nd home run. Look, the guy has a lot of pop. You make a mistake, this is the major leagues.
3-2, 2 home, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Driven in the air the other way toward right. Should be playable for low. Moving back a couple steps toward the line and fair ground. He makes the catch by a step or 2. And there's 2 out as Darno skies out the other way for out number 2 in the second. 2-1 Angels. Now, we mentioned last inning the Rays had a chance to add to their lead. They had a chance for a multi-run inning, and that's why those runs are so important, because the Angels have a team that is dependent on the home run ball. They're not going to beat you with 3-4 base hits. They're going to beat you with the long ball, and they can score quickly. Christian Moore, recently off the injured list, takes low for a ball. Just came off the IL today. 3 homers for this former first-round pick of the Angels. Hauser deals 1-0 with 2 out. Taken low, breaking ball or changeup, 2-0.
A lot to like about Christian Moore. Now, he is very, very young, in that 2024 draft. So took him no time at all to get to the major leagues. Now he's trying to figure it out at the major league level, hitting under 200 so far for the season.
2-0.
It's been some injuries in there.
And he takes inside 3-0. And that's kind of been the Angels' philosophy. Whether it was Zach Neto or Nolan Shonowell or Christian Moore, they don't believe in a ton of development time for their top picks. 3-0. Taken all the way, a strike 3-1. I think it's hard to learn at the big league level without getting some of those difficult experiences in the minors. The pitch taken all the way. That's ball 4 and more. The number 8 hitter walks against Hauser, who doesn't walk many.
No, he doesn't. And, that one just not even a lot of quality pitches inside of that bat. I would say that Christian Moore, it was a good job of him working the count, but it really had nothing to swing at that entire at bat. But going back to your point, Neil, I mean, look, the Angels have that philosophy of, they're going to draft older guys, right? 3-year guys in college, and they're going to get them to the big leagues as quick as possible.
Brian Teodosio bounces one foul behind third. It's 0-1. He's a minor league free agent who's played very briefly in the big leagues.
You know how many times I had to look up this dude's pronunciation of his name? I don't even want to tell you. Teodosio.
He's a right-hand batter out of Clemson who swings and misses, and it's 0-2. Moore held at first. He is a threat to run. 2 strikes, 2 out, and 2 home. 2-1 Angels, second inning on the Joe Adell home run to left. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul to the screen. It's still 0-2. This is going to be more than almost a 25-pitch inning at least for Hauser. He threw just 12 in the first. Single ground-out homer, fly-out walk, and now 0-2 on the number 9 guy. Hauser trying to make quick work of Teodosio. The pitch. Chop foul behind first. Rolling toward the screen, it's still 0-2.
Yeah, a little bit of an excuse me swing right there. Obviously not looking for that sinker in on the hands. Look, it seems like Hauser is not afraid to challenge people with that pitch. And, with his stuff, 95, 96 with heavy sink, he wants you to hit the ball. He wants you to put it in play on the ground.
Pitch is lined into center. That was up, and it's a base hit. Moore takes the turn. He's going to go first to third. DeLucas throws offline, throw to second, not made. Kind of an ill-advised throw by Johnny DeLuca. He overthrew the cutoff man, and Teodosio takes second on that throw. So now you go from first and third, 2 out, to second and third, 2 out. You turn the lineup over in a lengthy inning for Hauser, and here comes Kyle Snyder, the pitching coach.
Yeah, good timing for it because, that last pitch was a mistake pitch, in my opinion, by Hauser. That was a four-seam fastball. You don't really see him throw a lot of four seams. It was a four-seam fastball with 2-strike count. He was trying to go above the hands for the swing and miss, something he doesn't get a lot of, and left it over the plate, and that allowed for the hit. But you're right, DeLuca, by airmailing the cutoff man, now allowed another base runner into scoring position. So got to be careful with the top of the order coming back up in Neto. This is a guy who knows how to handle the bat, and this is a big at bat right here early in the game.
Well, especially when you consider that the Rays have just squandered the lead. The way this team has played, if you fall behind 3, 4, 5 runs, it's going to be really hard to come back. Both these teams kind of in a desperate position in the season, and the Rays have had so much trouble lately on the road. All games, but especially on the road. Pitch to Zach Neto. Foul to the right. It's 0-1. Tampa Bay went 2-8 on the road trip before the break, and then followed that up with a 1-5. So it's 3-13 in the last 16 road games over 2 road trips, and they've got 12 coming up. The pitch. Swing, a ground ball toward third, handled by Caminero. He sets, throws in time. Neto is retired on a good sinker by Hauser. He does limit the damage. But the Angels lead 2-1 after 2 on the Joe Adell homer, his 22nd. This is the Rays Baseball Network.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just...
Yandy Diaz, who doubled and scored in the first, takes a called strike, a curveball from Yusei Kikuchi.
Yeah, no doubt he's going to start throwing some breaking pitches to Yandy. He was all over the fastballs in his first at-bat.
1 strike pitch to the Rays' first baseman tonight. Taken down and in, a curveball again, and it's 1-1. Yandy Diaz, Ha-Sung Kim, Junior Caminero, 1-2-3 for the Rays. Trying to get an answer against the Angels, down by a run. The pitch, way high. Changeup that missed wildly. It's 2-1.
3 straight pitches, none of them fastballs. So, of course, he wants to go with spin. Knows that it's very tough to get a fastball by Yandy Diaz.
Let's see if Yandy gets something to hit 2-1. Kikuchi, long hold, the pitch. Breaking ball fouled back. It's 2-2. 3 curves and a changeup in this sequence.
I got to think, well, I mean, look, he's set up a few different pitches. You can go back to that curveball and try to get the swing and miss down in the zone. You still got that fastball up in the zone that you can ride. Got to get it above the hands, though.
2-2. Down and in with a breaking ball again. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, if he hasn't thrown him a fastball yet, will he do it in a full count.
Yeah, I'm not thinking. I'm thinking, I mean, if I'm him, I'm going slider back down.
3-2 to the leadoff batter in the third. Curveball fouled straight back, and that was in the middle of the plate. And Yandy just missed it. That's the kind of pitch you want to do damage on.
Yes, no doubt. I mean, this is, what, the fourth or fifth one he's seen at this at bat. So you hang another one to Yandy, you have a chance to give up some damage.
20 homers for Yandy, 2 off his career best. The pitch. Down and in, ball 4. He does draw a walk. And that's the first one allowed by Kikuchi against 3 strikeouts. So for the third straight inning, the Rays have the leadoff man aboard. And I hate to say it's critical to score here, but when you're getting the leadoff guy on against a veteran pitcher like Kikuchi, you have to score some runs to prevent him from settling in.
Right, no doubt. And look, we're back at the top of the order. Kim put a really nice at-bat together in the first inning. And, you do want to make him pay. Leadoff walks come back to haunt you.
Step off by Kikuchi, a no throw. Yandy not a big threat to run. 3 steals in his only attempts. It's been a while since he's run. Ha-Sung Kim, a base hit to right in the first. Playing second base right now. The pitch. That's taken all the way, and he threw him a fastball. First one of the inning. Not near the top of the zone for a called strike.
Yeah, pretty well located right there. Fastball up above or right at the hands, just above the belt.
0-1 to Kim. Check swing. Did he go? No, says Alex Tosi at first. It's 1-1. Followed it up with the changeup away. Rays with 3 hits and a walk against Kikuchi. He's also fanned 3. Deals 1-1 with the infield to pull, looking for 2. Taken all the way. It's a fastball strike, 1-2. Again near the top of the zone, and Kikuchi locating that pitch, and now he can try and climb the ladder on Ha-Sung Kim.
I don't mind that take, and the reason I say that is because that was so well located. It would have been tough to do anything with that pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Now you got to swing with 2 strikes. Kikuchi offers. Up and in with the heater. It's 2-2. 97. That's his best velocity of the night.
I got to think he's going to stay up there. I mean, he feels confident going up against Kim with the fastball up in the zone. He's still 95, 97. I mean, look, this is a power left-hander.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Man on, none out. Third inning. 2-1 Rays trail. Breaking ball lifted in the air and hit well toward right field, but Adele has it measured toward the line. He's under it in fair ground to make the catch, and Diaz back to first base and used all those fastballs to set up that breaking ball, and Kim was just a little bit off stride.
Well, here's a club you want to get into, Club Sit Go. Download the Club Sit Go app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up.
Junior Caminero drove in the Rays run with a sac fly in the first. Be nice to see him run into one as Kikuchi to throw his 50th pitch of the day. Here it comes. Swing and a drive, foul to the right. It's 0-1. The one thing with Kikuchi, Doug, when you're allowing leadoff base runners and you're a fly ball pitcher, you really have to earn every single one of your outs.
Yeah, that's a great point. And, with Kikuchi, that's why he doesn't go deep into a lot of baseball games. I mean, high strikeout, high count, also a fly ball style pitcher.
There's a changeup high, and it's 1-1.
And that's just not a combination where you're going to be really efficient. And you look at the last 6 starts, he hasn't finished 6 innings in his last 6 starts, Neil.
And no quality starts after July 1st. 1-1 with 1 on and 1 out. Swing and a drive, foul to the right, out of play again. This headed toward the second deck, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's interesting. He is going right at Caminero with fastballs. And, I mean, they're decently located, but these are fastballs. You keep pumping them in there. Caminero will be able to make the adjustment at some point on you.
Looks like he's overswinging a little bit.
Getting a little long.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, Diaz walked. He's still at first. 2-1 Angels. We're in the third inning. Kikuchi at the belt. And now deals. Swinging a ball, fouled straight back. That time on the fastball, just missed it.
That was a really well-located 97-mile-an-hour heater, and I will tell you, Junior Caminero, with the way he fouled that off, going straight back, he is on that speed. So if he misses with that pitch, could be really good things for the Rays.
Again, a 1-2. They set up away. Kikuchi ready and offers. Swinging a ball, popped up foul out of play, first base side. That was off the plate, and Caminero stays alive. That's the one thing about Junior, and I think he's going to get better at this, Doug. he does offer at some pitches off the plate that I think over time we're going to see him tighten up his zone, probably get into better counts, draw a few more walks.
Well, with 22 years old, of course, you got to think that's part of it, being so young. And when he does shrink that zone down, it'll be really good for him.
As a peek to first and no throw. Well, part of it, too, is when you have his hand-eye, you believe you can get to any pitch instead of getting to the pitch you want to get to. 1-2. Swinging a little cue shot foul toward first. It's still 1-2. It was a good changeup from Kikuchi.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice pitch right there. And also a nice job by Caminero just fouling it off. But you're right. I mean, look, he's in a 2-strike count now, so he's going to be swinging at anything close. But, with Caminero, the young hitter who, honestly, for how aggressive he is, doesn't strike out as much as you would assume.
No, I just think you're going to see more walks start to pile up over time and the on-base increase. Pitch is high, 2-2. I'm not comparing him to Miguel Cabrera, but some of the greats, whether it's Cabrera or Beltre, who have his right-handed power, were really good at setting pitchers up, and I think you're going to start to see Junior learn how to do that over time. 2-2 on Caminero with Yandy Diaz at first and 1 out. The pitch taken down and in. He doesn't chase the curve, and now he's worked it full.
Yep, another 3-2 count, and look, this is another really good at-bat, and I love the fact that he's throwing a lot of pitches. This is going to be a 9th pitch of the sequence right here for Junior Caminero, and, hey, Neil, this is what you're talking about, right? Like, don't expand that zone. Make him come to you.
And now Kikuchi says he has an issue with his pitch gong. I think he's trying to get some air. I think that was a little gamesmanship.
Oh, yeah, no, it's fine now. After you step off and take a breath.
Mm-hmm. Nobody came out with a new one. All of a sudden at 3-2 and no disengagements. He needed a moment. 2-1 Rays trail 3rd inning. The pitch. High, ball 4, and Caminero walks. So walks to Caminero and Diaz. 2 on and 1 out. Rays down 2-1 in the 3rd, and here comes a meeting at the mound, and this will buy some time because Barry Enright is the pitching coach headed out with the translator.
Well, that was a great job right there by Caminero, and it was very similar at bat to Yandy Diaz, where they go out there and fight off a couple nice pitches, but you end up getting the walk, and that one had a 9-pitch sequence, so you're really pushing the pitch count up early on Kikuchi, and by doing so, I mean, you're putting yourself in a good situation. Your main goal right now going out there is to try to find a way to get into this bullpen as early as possible. You want to get into the bullpen over with the Angels, and by driving the pitch count up right now, that's a good start.
Well, you also need this part of the lineup to show up, right? I mean, you've gotten good at bats, I think, from your top 3. Now can the guys below that help drive you home? We told you that the Rays have had a tough time lately with runners in scoring position. Christopher Morel struck out his first time. 7 homers on the year. DH batting right. Here's the pitch. Curveball drops in for a called strike. Good pitch, 0-1. Outfield is very much to pull. The infield the same. A peek back at second by Kikuchi. Here comes an 0-1 coming. Checks the swing and a high heater. It's ball 1 upstairs.
Nice take right there. We've seen Morel go after that pitch before. One of those pitches that's hard for him to lay off of. Fastball up in the zone, out of the zone, but good take to even the count up at 1s.
1-1 with 2 on and 1 out. Kikuchi now steps off and turns to second. Why is he paying so much attention to Yandy Diaz?
That's a great point. I don't think Yandy's probably thinking the same thing.
If I can distract him just enough, maybe he takes his focus off of the hitter. 1-1. Swing and a pop-up. Back behind home plate. This will find the seats. And it's 1-2. That was a fastball. 94, but he caught the inside corner, and Morel couldn't quite open up on it.
Nielsy, this guy right in front of us had a glove on that foul ball, and it was like perfect for him. Clanked it. Dude, that's a rough. And it looks like he's on a date. That's a rough 3rd inning right there.
It's not going to be a second one?
No, probably not.
That's a foul off to the right. It's still 1-2. That one was caught by a fan with the glove.
There you go.
And the Trout jersey, too. It's still 1-2.
Yeah, now I'm looking at my man who dropped it, and he's, He's in full conversation with his date, trying to explain why he missed his.
You've got the slit back hair. You look like Chuck Woolery. There's not going to be another date in 2-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. And again, Morel couldn't get to the fastball.
Just talking about the one that he likes to go after, the one up in the zone, and that was exactly it, right? 96, 97 miles an hour above the hands. And Morel just can't catch up to it.
It was 98. That was the best one of the night for Kikuchi.
Yeah, no doubt. Look, and he went back and reached out for it. I mean, he knew he had a chance to get the strikeout, but it was more location, honestly, than anything else.
As Johnny DeLuca takes a slider strike, 0-1. Johnny skied to fairly deep left his first time. Rays down 2-1 third inning, 2 on walks, 2 out. Needing a big 2-out hit to get at least even in this game. 0-1. In the dirt, bounds away from the catcher. Onto third base goes Diaz, a no throw. And behind him, Caminero moves up to second as d'Arnaud thought about throwing, thought better of it. That's a break for the Rays. Now you got second and third, 2 out. A base hit probably gives you the lead. Can you get this 2-out hit?
And I'll tell you right now, I mean, look, Yandy wasn't far off the base. He's not getting a huge lead, but that was a really good break and a really good read with the ball in the dirt. A lot of times you don't see him that aggressive, but now you're 1 hit away from 2 runs coming in.
It's a 1-1 count on DeLuca. The pitch, swinging a little chopper, third base out of the mound, and it will roll foul. Diaz is coming down the line. Kikuchi almost ran directly into him. He pulled up and let it go, and it's a break for Kikuchi and the Angels that the ball stayed foul or ended up foul. It's 1-2.
Boy, this is close to a collision. I mean, Kikuchi's going as hard as he can after this ball. It's a high chopper, and you got Yandy Diaz coming down the line. Kikuchi actually slid. I mean, that ball was going foul the entire time, so I'm surprised he was going after it that hard.
The wild pitch earlier in the at-bat is the 6th of the year for Kikuchi. So that's a fair amount.
If you're going to pick one guy in our lineup not to collide with, it'd probably be the man on third base.
Kind of like what happened in New York for Jonathan Aranda. Collided with Giancarlo Stanton. Infield, outfield slightly to pull is Kikuchi trying to get DeLuca. Missed a ton of time, more than 3 months with a shoulder issue. Did not face the Angels in Tampa. Kikuchi steps off now at the ready. Another deep count and another 1-2. Down and in, a slider, and that almost got by d'Arnaud to the screen. He keeps it in front. It's 2-2.
Yeah, could have been a pass ball right there. Good job by d'Arnaud. We've seen d'Arnaud in the past. Obviously, time with the Rays, but time with the Braves and other clubs. He works hard for his pitchers back there. Saved a run.
This is 30 pitches in the inning. Can the Rays score, though? 2-2. Swinging a foul off the plate toward the screen. Still 2-2.
I feel like this is how he pitches every time against us. It just, you get that feeling like there's going to be a ton of full counts. There's going to be a lot of time taken in between. He does not set the tone. You know, we always talk about setting the tone, pitching quick, pitching to contact. That's not really Kikuchi's style.
But can you capitalize and get the runs? 2-2. Swinging a grounder foul just behind third, and it's still 2-2. You throw all these pitches, you got to put something on the board.
Yeah, you really do. You got to capitalize somehow. Remember, you had a leadoff walk. You had 2 walks in the inning. You got to manufacture some way.
Again, well over 30 pitches. This will be the 70th of the game. Action going in the Angel bullpen. 2-2. Swinging a ball, ripped foul off the netting, third base side. It's still 2-2 on DeLuca, the Rays center fielder. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And this is nearing a 35-pitch inning. So you got a hit here. You might even knock out the guy on the mound. Right-hander getting loose. Next pitch, swung on and missed, though. Strike 3, and the Rays do not score. All those pitches, all that work, leads to a 0 for Kikuchi. 2-1 Angels after 2.5 on the Rays Baseball Network. Nolan Shonowell on the back leg. And right after the Rays made Yusei Kikuchi throw 34 pitches without allowing a run, the Angels get the leadoff man on, leading 2-1 in the bottom half. And that gives Mike Trout a chance with the man aboard. Adrian Hauser, not known for the free pass, has walked one and hit one so far tonight in 2+ innings. Here's Trout. Struck out his first time. Hauser had an easy first, but it's been tough sledding since. And his first pitch outside and low, a sinker, 1-0.
Boy, always a scary at bat when Mike Trout comes into the lineup healthy. You know, what he's done over the course of his career. And look, this is another guy who is known for his power. You know, known for everything really, but 19 bombs on the year. He still has that bat speed.
1-0 is driven foul to the right. It's 1-1. Late to the fastball there. Joe Adell with a 2-run homer in the second after Junior Caminero with a Rays sac fly in the first. That's where we are in the bottom of the third. First of 3. Hauser ready and pitches. That's taken. Slider strike, 1-2.
Really nice slider right there. Outside corner, painted on the outside corner. And it was tough for Mike Trout to pull the trigger on it because he's expecting the sinker.
Hauser at the ready from the stretch with Shonowell short lead at first. Hauser's pitch. Swinging a ball driven on a line to left. Spun around. Mangum can't get it. Bounce off the wall and a hop. Played in by Mangum toward Walls on a hop, and runners end up at second and third on a well-struck double. That's the second time today that in a 2-strike count, Hauser's gotten burned for an extra base hit. It was a 2-run homer on a changeup to Joe Adell. There, a double on a fastball, and now the Angels up 2-1 already. Second and third, nobody out, and they're getting the extra base hits. It's been the issue for the Rays. They're not getting them. The opponents are.
Yeah, they are, and no doubt it's the slug that the Angels have brought to the table, and that's how they win, right? They're built on slugging percentage.
There's a pitch in there, a strike to Taylor Ward. Speaking of slugging.
Yeah, this is what they do, right? They try to hit the ball out of the ballpark. They try to hit for power, and that's what they do to score.
0-1. Ground ball toward third foul. It's 0-2. Hauser not a strikeout guy, but he could use a punch out here. Ward with 26 homers, 82 batted in. The home runs a career high. The 82 RBIs, like the home run total, 4th in the American League. 0-2. Swinging a broken bat liner in a center base hit. Shonowell scores. Trout right behind him. Throw home cut off. 4-1 Angels. And not a good beginning for Adrian Hauser. A lot of damage with 2 strikes to Shonowell. And Trout score on RBIs 83 and 84 from Taylor Ward. That was an 0-2 that probably got too much of the plate.
It did. It got way too much of the plate. Now, he did shatter the bat. It was a slider outside corner, and so it was very weak contact. But I'll tell you what, you got 2 men on, and all it takes is, you know, a weak contact hit in the right spot, and both those guys are going to score, and that's exactly what happened.
Crooked numbers put up by the Angels in back-to-back innings is a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1 on Yohan Moncada. You almost have to stop the bleeding right now.
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking the same exact thing. You have got to find a way to get out of this inning without giving up any more damage.
Starts have been a challenge. As a pitch taken, change-up strike, 0-2. And when I say starts of games, starts of series, starts of trips, starts of homestands. Rays have dropped 8 of their last 10 first games of a series. It's hard to win series that way. 0-2. Fouled straight back, still 0-2. Now, tonight they did score first, but I think they had chances to get a whole lot more than 1 run in the first 3 innings, and that changes the complexion.
Yeah, missed opportunities, right? You get a leadoff batter on, you need to score them the majority of the time, and didn't necessarily see that. And the opportunities that we had against Kikuchi, we let him off the hook, so to speak.
0-2. Taken just outside, breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, this is where Hauser's going to really have to capitalize. He's getting to 2 strikes, and he's been working counts pretty good, but you know, just making a few mistakes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out still. And a pitch outside, and Hauser doesn't get Moncada to bite on the change. It's 2-2. Look at the hits allowed. Home run coming off the bat of Adele, 1-2. Ward's base hit to start the inning, 0-1. The base hit to the center fielder was 0-2. The pitch taken, little high, and it's 3-2. And now you've got a hit batter, a 1-2 base hit, and an 0-2 base hit. So Hauser's gotten ahead. He has not finished the deal. 3-2 pitch now coming to Moncada after the last one was close but called a ball. Runner holds, pitch is lined into center, another base hit on 2 strikes. Up to second base goes Ward, and there's still nobody out in the third, and the Angels threatening to blow this wide open.
Well, the 50-50 charity raffle for the Yankee series is open. Fans who enter now get 2-for-1 chances to win the jackpot and entered to win an autographed item from one of your favorite Rays players. Enter online at 5050.com.
Now you got Joe Adele at the plate, who already has a 2-run homer tonight.
This is where you're hoping that ground ball comes into play, right? We talk about this sinker that Hauser features over 40% of the time. You got to use that sinker to find a way to get 2 on 1.
First pitch, a strike, taken on the outside with a slider, 0-1. 22 homers, 63 batted in for Adele. Angels have waited for a year like this from him. 1 strike pitch. Swinging a towering fly ball toward shallow left. Caminero can't find it. Mangum coming toward the stands, and he leans over, and did he catch it? Yes, he did. He caught the ball and then runs it back toward the infield. My goodness, that was some kind of play. Taking it away from a fan for the first out here in the third.
I'm pretty sure he took it out of somebody's nachos. I mean, this is an incredible play. First of all, the amount of range and the amount of space that he covered, I thought there was no chance he was going to be able to get to it, and it was over the wall. It was absolutely over the wall, almost in the second row. It was definitely deep into the first row, and, I mean, he would look so excited. Now, it did help that he's left-handed because that right arm was able to reach right over that short wall. But fantastic job right there by Jake Mangum. And how about that? I mean, yesterday and over the last series, saw some great defensive plays from him. Like we said, Neil never takes a day off.
He doesn't, as Travis d'Arnaud takes a slider strike, 0-1. Now can Hauser get himself a double play ball and limit damage here? He's almost at 60 pitches. This is a guy who had gone, quality starts in 8 of his 11 starts. He's having a tough time getting through the third. 0-1 in this 4-1 game. Taken, slider low, 1-1. Sometimes you feel too good with your stuff and you overthrow it a little bit, or it flattens out. I don't know if that's the case for Hauser tonight. We'll certainly hear from him postgame. 1-1. Swinging a ground ball foul behind third. It's 1-2 as it goes past the coaching lines. Bo Porter, former Major League manager at third, and Eric Young Sr., a lengthy career down in the lines at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes on d'Arnaud. Former Ray and Brave, Met, Dodger, and now with the Angels. This is in his hometown area, and he's played very well in this ballpark. 5 of his 6 home runs here. Swings and misses this time, though, and a slider, and that's the second out of the frame.
Well, that's a huge out right there. You really needed that, and, this is something that you want to capitalize on. A really nice play out by Jake Mangum over in left field. Now you get the strikeout. You got to get that third out of this inning without, any more damage. You're talking about almost shutting it down, right? You've already given up 4 runs right here. Now you got to shut it down and try to get through it clean.
2 on, 2 out, 4-1 Angels. And the first pitch is strike, a slider to Christian Moore, who walked his first time. Both starters really battling the difference. Kikuchi's made the bigger pitch when needed, where the Angels have had the bigger hit. 0-1. Taken inside. Changeup, and it's 1-1. Depends how you want to look at it. Each team has had their chances to get a bunch of runs. The Angels with 2 in the second and the third. The Rays 1 in the first. 1-1 to the second baseman Moore, former top pick. Swings and fouls it straight back, 1-2. Just one of the last games going on in Major League Baseball tonight. Rays starting a 12-game road trip through 4 cities: Anaheim, Seattle, Sacramento, and San Francisco. One-two from Hauser. That's taken, I guess a little bit low and outside. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yep.
Curveball.
Pretty nice take right there from Christian Moore. It was a curveball. You don't see him that often from Hauser.
Froze the hitter.
Yeah, not a bad location.
2-2 with 2 on and 2 out. The pitch is swung on and chopped up the third baseline foul. And we'll do it again, and this is another lengthy inning. This is another 25-plus pitch frame after 12 in the first. It was 28 in the second, and now another 25-ish here in the third. Hauser having maybe his toughest start in his first outing since being traded from the White Sox. They were 8-3 in his 11 starts. Again a 2-2. Ground ball chopped toward short, handled by Walls. Throws to second, and just in time to get the hustling Moncada. Play goes 6-4. We'll see if the Angels want a review. I don't think they will. And Ray Montgomery says yes or no. We're still waiting for no review. So we're through 3. Angels get 2 more and lead 4-1 on the Rays Baseball Network.
Don't miss your chance to see the Rays.
Unique season is the pitch outside of ball 1-0 to Josh Lowe. I'll tell you about a unique season. The Rays are on a 2-week road trip. By the time they get back, as we mentioned, that game, the Saturday game is because of football.
It'll be
swinging a foul straight back. No. It might feel like it. But the Bucks will have gone back and forth for 2 road exhibition games.
Really?
Before the Rays come home.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't realize that.
1 ball, 1 strike on Josh Lowe. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball 1-2 now from Kikuchi as he used the slider to get ahead.
That kind of puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
And that it is football that is the reason that the Rays have a Saturday off now. An NFL exhibition game across the street at Ray J. As a swing and a miss at a slider, and down on strikes goes Lowe as Kikuchi used his breaking ball after that long break to recollect And that's the first time he's gotten the leadoff man tonight.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, the Rays have got to find a way to knock Kikuchi out of this game before he gets through 5 innings. You really, really need to get to him, especially the fact that he had so many pitches early on. Like, they have really worked the counts up. Already has 72nd pitch. Try to get him out.
Little flare into shallow right center. Easy play for Adele. Right fielder makes the grab, and on 5 pitches, 2 outs already here in the 4th inning. This is what's happened to the Rays in this really tough stretch where they fall behind. It seems like they lose their momentum and they're not able to get it back.
He had 34 pitches in the 3rd inning, and now he has 5 and 2 outs in the 4th. And it is. And another thing is, you got a veteran pitcher on the mound. You let him start getting real comfortable and attacking the zone, you're going to start seeing him get a lot more efficient. That's where he's going to get deeper into the game.
Jake Mangum, who lined out his first time, has to take a strike. It's 0-1. Rays are also trying to buy some time for Adrian Hauser. I mean, he had no time to rest after nearly a 30-pitch inning, and Mangum uses his time out here. Rays can use base runners. They have 3 hits to the Angels' 6. And the big story, extra base hits for the Angels right in the middle of their rallies, leading to their 4 runs. 0-1. Check swing, breaking ball low, 1-1.
Yeah, pretty nice take right there, Jake Mangum. That was a curveball down in the zone, 82 miles an hour. You know, Kikuchi, what he does so well is he tunnels, meaning the fastball, the slider, the curveball, everything looks identical out of the hand.
1-1. Swinging a ball wrapped in the ground to short. Around it with it, Neto on to first in time to get the hustling Mangum, and the Rays go quickly and quietly 1-2-3 in the 4th. It's all Angels right now, 4-1 in the 4th here in Anaheim on the Rays Baseball Network. Going to be here before we know it. Bryce Teodosio against Adrian Hauser here in the 4th. As the smoke, I think, trying to clear from the fireworks they just shot off out by the rock pile.
Was that for the K-pop concert?
I think this was, I don't know what that was for. As the first pitch is a called strike, a breaking ball, 0-1. It looks like the fog rolled in.
I thought San Francisco was later.
That's the last part of the road trip.
You got a good day planned in San Fran.
I do. Is an 0-1, chopped in the ground toward the middle, flagged down by Kim, has no play, and Teodosio is safe. He couldn't quite get a clean handle on it, but he was already to the third base side of second. There was no way he was going to make the throw, and that's the 3rd straight inning. The Angels have the leadoff man on. Here's a ground ball, just placed perfectly.
Yeah, it's a base hit. I mean, it's a base hit up the middle. The fact that Kim got to it is because he was shaded up the middle, but there was absolutely no play going back to first base. And again, I mean, it's frustrating when you continually have guys on base and you're pitching out of the stretch the entire game, it makes it very hard on yourself.
1-2-3 first, and a whole lot of traffic since as a pop-up into center field. DeLuca couldn't find it. Now he sprints in. He's got time. Makes the catch, and Teodosio back to first. This twilight here on the West Coast, you can see, even though the lights are full in effect, that it's a couple times now the Rays have not been able to pick up the baseball. The one that Mangum caught, Caminero threw his hands in the air and never could see it.
Yeah, it's different for sure. I mean, it's a different sky than what you handle in Florida, especially, you're getting used to that Florida sky. There's a lot more haze out here, you could say. Just a little bit of an adjustment period.
Runner goes, pitches a strike, throw to second is not in time. Walls thought he might have got him on the back of the heel. Didn't look like he got the tag in, though. And Teodosio with a stolen base. And there's a runner at second now, and one out for the Angels after Zach Neto flies out. Nolan Shonowell now with a chance, and Teodosio his first major league steal. Shonowell was hit by a pitch last inning. The Angels have had leadoff men on the last 3 innings, and they can score in 3 straight innings against Hauser. Here's the pitch. Swinging a liner foul to the left. It's 1-1, or 0-2 rather.
Well, that's what Shonowell wants to do. He wants to shoot you the other way. I mean, you watch this guy take BP at 23 years old. It's a pretty advanced approach. He's not looking to turn and burn, which a lot of these Angels players are. What he's trying to do is just spray the ball all over the field. He's trying to barrel it up, spray it all over the field. He utilizes left field just as well as right field.
Drafted out of school in Florida and barely played in the minors. The pitch. Swinging a line drive to second. It's caught by Kim. Throw back to second. It is in time. Walls held his toe in the bag, apparently. At least so says the second base umpire, Manny Gonzalez. We'll see if the Angels want a review. For the time being, it's a double play that goes 4-6, no review, and the Rays out of the 4th. In the inning, a hit, and that's it. 4 complete, 4-1, Angels on the Rays Baseball Network.
Hey, it's the Good Greek.
Struck out with a man in scoring position in the second. 0-1. Swinging a ground ball hit hard toward the hole. Diving stop. Neto gets up, throws to first, and in time, 1 down. Took away a hit from Fortes from the hole. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Rays Baseball Network. Alongside Doug Wechter, I'm Neil Solondz. We'll hear from Chris Adams-Wall in a moment. Mike Noto, our engineer in the booth. Derek DuBose back at our network studios. Tremendous play from the hole by Zach Neto, and maybe equally as good, Nolan Shonowell keeping his back toe on the bag, but on the throw, Neto got up and something's bothering him, and he's shaking his wrist of his glove hand? He's coming off shoulder surgery on his throwing arm. Now it looks like he hurt the glove side.
Yeah, a lot of times you see outfielders when they're coming in on a ball and they're diving, they roll the glove up underneath the wrist. That's exactly what happened right there with Neto. And Neto went into the hole, right? He's ranging behind the third baseman to make that play. By the way, it was an outstanding play. Like, we have one of the best shortstops in the game right now, and that was a good play. We've seen a lot of good plays. Neto is right there. It looks like he's going to stay in the game, so good on him. But, boy, you talk about range. This was very, very good to him to get to the ball in the first place and then fire it across the diamond in time.
Well, again, Shonowell's stretch to the outside part of the bag to keep a foot on was pretty impressive, too, because it's a one-out throw that's taking him toward the right field line.
That's some aggressive eye black on Neto.
It's up there.
I feel like you'd be a big eye black guy.
Does Caden Wechter use that much eye black?
Oh, yeah. No, but he keeps it between the lines with the eye black.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not full-on face paint. He's more of a, traditional.
As Yandy Diaz takes a strike, a double and a walk tonight, and the only Rays run scored. Speaking of the only Rays run, when the Rays did score, Mosaic donated $500 to Fighting Hunger in Tampa Bay. 0-1. Taken inside, breaking ball that bounds to the screen. It's 1-1.
I used to be a huge eye black guy. I used to wear it during football, during baseball. My mom hated it because, of course, we had white jerseys, and we don't have a clubhouse attendant. So Mom would obviously have to help out.
Breaking ball low, and it's 2-1, so you look like you were a member of KISS.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly. I was missing the hair, though.
And
the outfits. I couldn't sport those outfits.
2 balls and a strike.
Tight leather on a diamond.
Be hard to play.
Yeah, wouldn't have that much range.
Pitch has popped up. Shallow center field. Easy play for Teodosio, drifting in and waiting. To his left makes the catch, and 2 outs for Kikuchi. And after allowing the leadoff man to reach in the first 3 innings and having 2 on and 1 out in the third, that's now 2, 5, 7 in a row retired by Kikuchi, and all of a sudden he's found his rhythm. And I kind of feel like the Rays let him off the hook and have allowed him to get settled in. He's 1 out away from qualifying for being on the winning side of the ledger. Ha-Sung Kim stands in. First one, taken inside.
Tampa Bay is ready to cheer. Find your perfect baseball getaway at visitTampaBay.com.
Rays down 4-1. It's still manageable, but you want to see some signs of life offensively. After the first inning, the Rays have 1 hit on the infield. 1-0. That's taken low, 2-0, and that was a ground ball that, quite frankly, should have been turned into an out. I know Neto just robbed Fortes, but there haven't been many balls like that.
You talked to me in the 3rd inning, and I would have thought Kikuchi would be out of the game in the 4th. And right now, you're right. I think we have let him off the hook a little bit.
2-0 is taken, a called strike, 2-1.
And the rhythm that he has is so much different because he's pitching with a lead, right? You get a veteran pitcher pitching with a lead. Now he's all of a sudden, trying to attack the zone in the middle of the zone. He's not worried about just going corners. Mentality
is different, 2-1. Swinging a ground ball foul outside third into the Angel dugout, 2-2 on Kim. He has the last clean Rays hit. Remember, the first 2 Rays had hits. Double by Yandy Diaz to center. Base hit to right by Kim. An infield single since we're in the 5th. And the next pitch is inside and low, and it's full on Kim. Rays 2 walks in the 3rd, down in order in the 4th, and Kim trying to prevent that in the 5th. 90 pitches now for Kikuchi, but he's been as high as 110, so it's not unusual for him to have a big count. 3-2 is bounced past the mound right to second. Easy play for Moore. He's on to first to get Kim, and that is now a total of 8 up and 8 down for Yusei Kikuchi. Midway through, 4-1 Rays trail the Angels. Let's head back to Tampa Bay with Chris Adams-Wall.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said.
I will hope that our listeners can help us as a check swing roller back to the mound, fielded by Hauser. Underhand flip to first, and there's a nice, quick one pitch out of Mike Trout on a check swing and a curveball that was rolled right back toward the mound area.
We'll definitely need that quick out. Nice start to the inning by Hauser right here. It was recent, wasn't it? It was within the last 5 years, or am I wrong about that?
I think so, but I could guess 10 years.
I think it was in the last 5 years.
Okay. Which year do you think it was?
2020 or
during
later.
the pandemic?
Or later. No, maybe.
Prior to the pandemic?
Maybe just prior.
Taylor Ward, the batter. He takes outside. He has a big 2-run single today that turned 2-1 to 4-1, and he now has 84 batted in.
Well, I know for a fact that I played against them in 2000. I retired in 2011. They were still the Anaheim Angels.
As a line drive, left center field, base hit for Ward. He remains perfect. He's got 3 hits tonight and 2 runs batted in, and Hauser has had an awful tough time with the left fielder. That's 8 hits now for the Angels. They've had runners on base every inning since the first.
Boy, Ward has continued to impress. You know, he looks so timed up right now.
That'll bring up Yoan Moncada. 1 for 2 with a run scored. Everybody in this Angels lineup has done something positive. Against Hauser in his Rays debut, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball, 0-1. Been 10 base runners. 8 hits. A hit batter that came around to score, and a walk. It's a lot of base runners in under 5 innings. 0-1. High, towering fly ball to right center field. Does DeLuca see it? He does. Now to his left. Planted beneath it. He makes the catch, and back to first goes Ward. 2 out now in the 5th inning.
I think it's important to realize that this is only a 3-run deficit. As many opportunities as the Rays have had and not able to capitalize early in the game, they're still only down by 3. Now, it's very important to keep that deficit at 3.
Well, when you're down by 3 runs or more, though, in the late innings, so we are in the late innings now. You know, 6. Once you're beyond the 5th inning, teams can go to their bullpen and go matchup. It's in there for a strike to Joe Adele, a 2-run homer for the other 2 runs, 0-1. That's a sizable gap. It's hard to make up that once you get beyond the 5th. I'm not saying you can't, but you got to start stringing hits together. 0-1. Ground ball hits over the hole, it's short. Handle on a couple hops by Wall, sidearm flip gets Adele, and Hauser allows just a single here in the 5th. He's thrown a couple of scoreless innings, but it's 4-1 Angels. We'll come back with our trivia answer when we return on the Rays Baseball Network.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since
When were the Los Angeles Angels just the Los Angeles Angels and not the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in Orange County, or the California Angels, or the Los Angeles Angels,
or anything else they've gone by?
Yeah.
When they haven't moved?
It's kind of like there was an old beer commercial for Budweiser or Michelob or one of those. You can call me Ray, or you can call me Billy. You can probably look it up on YouTube. The answer to the question, and neither of us knew it, and Benny only knows because he looked it up, is the pitch is loaded Junior Caminero.
Was that close?
I guess.
I guess.
The neighborhood
that
play?
means no.
You said within the last 5 years they made the name change, right?
I would guess 2019.
All right, I guess you're in the neighborhood. Is a ball driven foul to the right, and it's 1-1.
Does the neighborhood count?
You were in the right decade. 2019 is when became the Angels. They became the Los Angeles Angels in 2016.
Okay.
They were the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, of Orange County, of some district of Columbia. As a ball driven in the air, high toward right, Adele has a beat on it. On the track, he braces himself and makes the catch up against the wall, right near the home run line, but it would not have been over, I don't think, and that's out number one, as Caminero just missed it.
No, it's out number one, and it's out number one for Kikuchi here in the 6th inning, which I would have never guessed he could get that deep into the game, but he has now, and he's looking to turn this into a quality start after a messy first couple.
2016 is when they became the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim only. As Christopher Morel, 2 strikeouts, stands in, 9 straight retired, and a breaking ball low for a ball. And this has been the big issue for the Rays, when the difference between 25-9 and 9-23 probably seems drastic, right? And to many degrees it does, as a 1-0 to Morel. Swinging a pop-up foul, first base side, coming over Shotwell, and he's out of room. It's off the top of the dugout, first base side, 1-1. But when the Rays were going well, and they got runners on the first 3 innings and had a leadoff man on, they scored the first 3 innings. Now, they go 3 innings without, where they get the leadoff man on, they end up with just 1 run, and they allow the starting pitcher to settle in, and that's kind of the difference. And on the other side, 1-1, swinging a high fly ball, left field side. This is hit well, but not well enough. It's out of play. A foul ball. It's 1-2 now on Morel. On the other side, when the opposition was getting leadoff men aboard, they weren't scoring. Well, tonight, they did it in back-to-back innings, and they had multi-run innings, and that's the difference in a 4-1 game.
Capitalizing on mistakes.
And opportunities. 1-2. Breaking ball, outside corner. Morel is struck out 3 times tonight. And there's 2 gone in the 6th inning. And he is, Kikuchi that is, in position to leave with a 4-1 lead, and you set it up for your 7, 8, 9 guys.
Yeah. And this is a guy who, again, struggles to get through 6 innings. Just seems to have found such a better rhythm than he was in the first 3.
Well, I can hear Kevin Cash almost in the postgame now. The pitch. High for a ball, 1-0. He still believes in his guys, but at some point they have to start making a turn for the better and start coming up with a big hit when they need it. Seems like after they don't take advantage of a chance like this early, as a swing and a ground ball hit hard but foul toward third, it's 1-1 on DeLuca. It seems like they go quiet for like 3-4 innings.
Well, I mean, you know, one of the big differences is when they were rolling so well for that month and a half, they were the best offense in the game. You drop a 3-run deficit, it's like nothing to them. They could make that up and no problem. Now it's going to be tough. It's
a 1-1 chop foul to third. It's 1-2. Well, that's 100 pitches for Kikuchi. And remember, he was just over 70 after 3 innings, so he's not even to 30 pitches in the last 3 innings. He's just breezing his last 3 innings with no base runners. Down and in with a changeup, and it's 2-2 on DeLuca. He had a chance actually to give the Rays the lead. He came up with 2 on and 2 out in the third. The Rays had second and third. He ended up striking out. He's also flied out tonight. And then right after that, the Angels got 2 runs, hit batter, double, single, and it was 4-1. The pitch. Swinging a line drive over short. It's a base hit beyond the reach of Neto. And the Rays finally get a base runner, just their 4th hit of the game. They have a 2-out man aboard here in the 6th, down 4-1.
Well, the Webull trading and investing platform helps you stay ahead of the game. Step up to the plate and get started on your financial journey by downloading the Webull app or visiting Webull.com today. Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. More info at Webull.com/disclosures.
Josh Lowe has an infield hit and a strikeout. The only lefty in the lineup. Kikuchi at the ready. The pitch, the runner goes, it's a strike. The throw to second is not in time. DeLuca able to stay on the bag, and the Rays, who again are at the top of the world in steals, add to their total. DeLuca now 6 out of 6 this year. And look, if you get a base hit, and this is what the Rays need, the key hit with 2 out, a flare somewhere, and you end up with a run back, and you're only down a bloop and a blast. But you got to get that hit. 0-1 on its way to Josh Lowe. Swinging a ground ball through the legs of Kikuchi over to Neto. He bobbles, picks it up, and throws to first and gets Lowe to end the inning. It went from his glove to his bare hand in one motion. He didn't try and do that, but it worked out, and the Rays do not score. They finally get a hit. We're through 5.5, 4-1 Angels on the Rays Baseball Network.
Amerant Bank. To sign up for yours today, visit amerantbank.com/raisecall.
Travis d'Arnaud, former Ray, for a brief period, takes a strike from Adrian Hauser, 0-1. Hauser without run support, and this is his debut with the Rays. On the short end of a 4-1 game, deals low 1-1. The question now, how many innings can he eat up and keep the Rays in this game? Bottom part of the order for the Angels. 1-1. Fouled straight back, 1-2 on d'Arnaud. A fly out, a strikeout tonight.
Yeah, it'd be really nice to see Hauser get through this 6th inning. You know, first of all, you wouldn't have to dip into the bullpen so early, but, you know, it would also mean that you're most likely not giving up any more of that deficit. So far, it's just 3.
1-2 is smacked toward the hole and threw into left field, base hit. It was a sinker down, and boy, how many times have the Angels come up with hits in 2 strike counts tonight? d'Arnaud the latest, and he's aboard to start this 6th inning.
And how many times has the leadoff batter been on? I mean, Hauser has been pitching with traffic on the bases the entire afternoon.
Other than the 1st inning, he's had the leadoff man on in the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, and now the 6th. The 5th inning, there was a 1-out base runner. Here's Christian Moore batting right. And a foul to the right, and it's 0-1. That's 9 hits for the Angels. All right, how many of them are 2 strike counts?
I agree. There has been a lot of 2 strike counts. And just either whether it's mistakes from Hauser or it's just, you know, good at-bats from the Angels.
I count 6 of the 9 as a ground ball to third on one hop snare by Caminero. To second one, Kim's relay in time. That's an around the horn double play, 5-4-3. And Hauser gets his best friend to get the first 2 outs here in the 6th as Moore grounds into 2, erasing the leadoff single by d'Arnaud.
Download the Webull app, make a deposit, and Webull and the Rays will donate a portion of the total funds deposited this season to support hurricane recovery efforts in Tampa Bay. Visit Webull.com/Tampa Bay Rays to learn more.
Bryce Teodosio loops one into right center. Over and back low, still back, reaches up, can't get it, it's over his head. Teodosio into second with a stand-up double. He didn't have a big league hit before tonight. He's got 3 hits in 3 at-bats. A single to center, a ground single through the middle, and now a double to right. That was first pitch, and he got a sinker away, and he went with it rather than trying to pull the ball.
Yeah, and that's the key, right? He eliminated the thought of trying to pull that ball. If he would have tried to pull that pitch, it's a weak ground ball, but instead stays on it, drives it to the opposite field, and because of that approach, he's able to get the double.
10th hit for the Angels, 4 for the Rays. As Hauser to Zach Neto, the shortstop, and he takes a little low. Ian Seymour now up in the Rays bullpen. Rays have used Ian when trailing, and he's done a nice job in those spots, and this is rookie year. Angels, do they even have one in? One up? Yeah, they do. As a pitch pop foul straight back. It's 1-1 on Neto. A strikeout, ground out, and flyout tonight.
How about this? They've had a guy up since the 3rd inning. Now, it's a different reliever, obviously, because the score has changed. But that's where, it turned for the Rays, unfortunately. They just weren't able to capitalize on all the base runners they had early in the game.
Curveball loop side to Neto, and it's 2-1. Looks like Reed Detmers is up in the bullpen. They can use their regular 7, 8, 9 guys with Kenley Jansen closing. 2-1 with 2 out and a runner at second base. Hauser pitches. Inside, it's 3-1, and he seems to be fatiguing a little bit. Heck, this might be the last batter for Hauser anyway. Win, lose, or draw here.
Yeah, lefty on deck and shot well.
3 balls and a strike to count. Rays chasing 3, trying to keep it that way. The pitch, swing and a miss. Ooh, he took a vicious cut. And a sinker at 91. It's full 3-2. Hauser just over 90 pitches on the day. He's thrown a lot of strikes. More than 2/3 of his pitches. He just hasn't gotten good outcomes. Maybe some strikes have been a little too good. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Teodosio at second. 4-1 Angels, 6th inning. Infield to pull. Hauser fires to Neto. Swinging a ball ripped down the left field line, base hit, headed toward the corner. Played by Mangum, rounding third, scoring Teodosio. Throw to second, not in time. It's a 2-out, 2-strike double. Another hit with 2 strikes, and the Angels extend their lead to 5-1. And that might be it for Hauser. Yep, here comes Kevin Cash. He'll make a Webull call to the bullpen. We'll tell you about Ian Seymour when we come back on the Rays Baseball Network.
Don't miss your chance to see the Rays at Steinbrenner.
11 hits in 5 2/3 innings. The hits allowed the most he's given up in a game this year. He walked 1, hit 1, and struck out 3, and threw a lot of strikes. But Doug, especially with 2 strikes, a lot of them got a lot of play.
I think that's the story of the night, right? He got ahead of a lot of guys, but was not able to put them away. And, the Angels came out, and they're looking to drive the ball, looking to do some damage on those 2-strike approaches, and they were able to do it.
Nolan Shonowell lifts one to shallow center, but right at Johnny DeLuca, who is playing toward right center. He reaches up, makes the grab, and on one pitch, Seymour ends the 6th inning. The Angels get one more with 2 out and lead 5-1 after 6 on the Rays Baseball Network.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of
Street team at Hooters in Clearwater this Wednesday, August 6th, starting at 4 p.m. to watch the Rays take on the Angels. Have a chance to win tickets, merchandise, and other prizes. For more information, visit raysbaseball.com/watchparty.
We've got a Weeble call to the bullpen on the Angels side. Yusei Kikuchi leaves on the right side of the ledger. It didn't look like he would last even 3 innings tonight. Brock Burke deals up and away, a former Rays farmhand, and it's 1-0. For Kikuchi, 6 innings, a run, 4 hits, walked 2, struck out 7. He threw 105 pitches, 70 for strikes, so he was committed to the zone, but he threw 71 in 3 as a ball cracked foul straight back by Taylor Walls, and it's 1-1. And in some ways, the Rays just couldn't capitalize early to get more than that single run, and then the Angels took the lead and really took off after the 2nd and top of the 3rd inning. 1-1. Taken in there for a called strike from Burke, who was drafted by the Rays in 2014 out of high school in Colorado. He was traded to Texas in a 3-team deal that brought Tampa Bay Emilio Pagan. 1-2. Swinging a foul tip at the plate, staying alive as Walls. It's still 1-2, and eventually went on to the Angels. He's appeared in now 53 games this year and has thrown just under 45 innings. So he's been used in short relief, 1 inning or fewer. 1-2. Up and away, 2-2, and a big grunt as he throws at 98. And it's 2-2. It's an Angel bullpen with a fair share of high octane in it. Ray Montgomery, their interim manager, has been using the pen more consistently. 2-2. Up and away, 3-2.
He's got power stuff, 4-seam, slider, change, and a sinker, and he rides that 4-seam a lot for good reason. He's 96, 98 on average.
He was the minor league pitcher of the year when he was a starter in the Rays system. Payoff. Swinging a ball drill down the left field line toward the corner. That is a fair ball base hit and 2 hops the wall. Walls will cruise into second with a double. Burke took a little off at 3-2, and at 94, Walls got to it. And the Rays have their first extra base hit of the night. Let's see if they can turn that into a big rally.
Well, it's nice to see Walsey and what he's done over the last 20 games. I mean, he came in here hitting almost 300 over the last 20 games. Really kind of turned things around, and he's doing a lot of damage against left-handed pitchers. Does a good job of staying on the pitch. Not trying to do too much to it. I think he's leveled out his swing a little bit, too.
14th double of the year. And his first hit of the night. Rays have 5 of them. It's the first hit from someone other than the infield single by Lowe below that number 3 spot in the order. Actually, DeLuca just got one last inning. Is it enough? Jake Mangum takes a slider strike, 0-1. Jake a line out to right, a ground out to short. Rays are 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. This is where they need to start passing the baton. Burke delivers. Swinging a ground ball toward the middle, flagged down by Moore. To the backhand, fields and throws and gets the hustling Mangum for out number 1. On to third goes Walls, with a Rays down 5-1 in the 7th inning. That was hit sharply up the middle. Now we'll see if number 9 batter Nick Fortes, robbed of a hit, can come through. He's also struck out in his at-bats today. Again, Rays need multiple runs now to try their amount of comeback. Swinging a ground ball foul toward third, 0-1. You don't want to wait till the 9th inning to try and score against Kenley Jansen.
Yeah, you got to start chipping away at this point in time. You're running low on outs, running low on opportunities. You got a man on third base, less than 2 outs. Find a way here.
1 strike, 1 out. Man at third, the pitch. Outside with a change, it's 1-1. Infield is back up the middle, conceding the run. So a ground ball to short or second will get a run home, but the Rays want more than that. Again, trying to start the 12-game trip through 4 cities on a high note. 1-1. Swing and a miss slider. Or change up down, it's 1-2. This is the longest road trip for the Rays since 2005. For some perspective, that means that Junior Caminero was 2 years old when that road trip took place. 1-2 is foul tipped and held by Travis d'Arnaud, and Fortes an unproductive out number 2. So the Rays now need a hit with 2 out to get a run, and they're 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position.
Did you say Junior Caminero was 2 years old?
Well, it was 20 years ago. He's 22 now, so that would make him 2 then.
That is some perspective. And it's making me feel old.
He was a toddler as Yandy Diaz at the plate and a call of time. Burke not a big strikeout guy, but he just got one when he needed one. He's only his 38th in 45 innings. A lot of strikeout for the Rays tonight. As a pitch taken at 98 that burns in for strike 1. Diaz a double. The only run scored, a walk, a fly out to medium center. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Chase to change up away, and it's 0-2. And it just seems when the Rays have fallen behind in this 5 or 6 week stretch, they get really jumpy at the plate.
Yep. And I agree with you, and you hardly ever see that from Yandy Diaz. He just swung out a pitch that was a foot outside.
0-2. In the dirt, nice block by d'Arnaud, keeps it in the batter's circle. It's 1-2. And that's when you know a team is pressing. I mean, you can say all the right things. You can say, hey, we're going to keep fighting and keep grinding, but it seems like they're grinding the sawdust out of the bat at times. 1-2. Swinging a foul to the right. It's still 1-2. They're trying so hard. They want it to happen. And how do you relax and just play easy and free? Well, you need like a 3-run homer at some point to get you going. And that's been lacking. 1-2 again. Fouled off to the right. Fastball at 99 from Burke. Boy, muscled up there, and it's still 1-2.
Yeah, Burke has quite an arm. I mean, you know, coming out of the bullpen, you can see why his numbers are so good. Got 5-1 record on the year. Sitting 97 to 99 miles an hour.
Walls at third, 2 out, the pitch. Swing and a foul back. Change up away at 89. It's still 1-2. And this is your 7th inning guy. Back in the days, they didn't have your 7th inning guy and a sub-500 team pumping in 99s. Bullpens are harder and harder to hit these days, especially the A side. Again, a 1-2. Diaz grounds one back to the mound and snared by Burke. He'll underhand flip to first. Get Diaz, and the Rays leave a runner at third base. And they're now 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Time to stretch. It's all Angels. 5-1 in Anaheim on the Rays Baseball Network.
Nothing goes better with
in the seventh after he finished off the sixth inning for Adrian Hauser. Adrian, 5 runs, 11 hits, 5 2/3, a walk, a hit batter, and 3 strikeouts, including a double by Trout. Takes a called strike, changeup, 0-1 from Seymour. Well, we're in Anaheim, which isn't too far from Disney. 0-1. Pitch outside, a ball, 1-1.
You a big Disney guy?
Yeah, we went. In fact, it was Chris Adams-Wall who helped us out a couple of years ago. As the pitch is taken high for a ball, and it's 2-1. Andy, Chris, and I went on an off day.
Yeah?
Yeah, we spent the day at Disney.
I love it. Did you wear matching shirts? Tell me you wore matching shirts.
We did not, but it was a good T-shirt and shorts day. As the 2-1 is fouled back, and it's 2-2.
Well, that's pretty much every day out in this park.
We're finding out we're going to find out on this road trip, it is a small world after all, because the Rays are going to travel over 6,000 miles in a 2-week period.
See what you did there, Neil. That was pretty good.
Thank you. From here to Seattle, to Sacramento, to San Francisco. 2-2. Swinging our ball. Fought off foul to the right into the second deck by Trout, and it's still 2-2 on the DH.
How many souvenirs did you come home with? That's what I want to know.
I don't know that I came, other than the actual ticket and some good pictures and some fun. I mean, the personal memories are way more important than the souvenirs. As a pitch up and away 3-2. I don't need, the souvenirs are in my mind.
Well, they got a souvenir shop on every single corner, and by the way, they also got those huge turkey legs.
That's a swing and a miss, and a really good changeup by Seymour. Punches out Trout to start the home seventh.
I know you know what I'm talking about. Those monstrous turkey legs that are like literally, it's like Thanksgiving in your hand.
You can't bring those home with you. That's not a souvenir, Doug. I know you'd like to think that.
You could try.
Maybe if back in the Flintstones you could leave that for Dino, but...
Those things are so good, man.
As the pitch is bounced towards short, charging and fielding Walls, throws on the run, gets Taylor Ward, and he shows he's human. He's retired for the first time tonight after 3 straight singles. And Seymour has the first 2 outs here in the 7th with the Rays down 5-1.
Have you ever had one of those turkey legs?
I have. I don't know if I had it at Disney or I had it at a state fair at one point in time.
They're like holding a bat in your hand that you can eat. It's awesome.
Oswald
awesome.
Peraza steps in.
Now, I will tell you, you probably don't want to go on rides after you demolish one of those things.
Maybe that's why I didn't have it, as Peraza pinch hits for Yohan Moncada and takes a strike. He came over from the Yankees right before the trading deadline. light-hitting utility player will improve their defense with the Angels up 5-1. The pitch. Seymour deals a cutter for a strike, 0-2. Rays, I think, at this point, down 5-1, would like Seymour to go the rest of the way and only use one reliever tonight. Certainly would help their cause. Seymour's gone multiple innings several times. The pitch. Low. Change up, and it's 1-2. ERA now at 1.32 for Seymour. Now, the Rays have lost all but one of the games in which he's pitched. He has been a guy that they've used in lower leverage in his big league debut. As a ball looped in the air to center, that'll land in the glove of Johnny DeLuca, who makes the grab, flips it to a youngster, a souvenir in the seats, and Seymour has a 1-2-3 7th. So we go to the 8th. 5-1 Angels. This is the Rays Baseball Network.
Looking for...
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features
Well, we've got a change in the field. Oswald Peraza, who pinch hit for Yohan Moncada, stays in the game at third base. And going in directly for his spot.
You're on TV, Neil.
We'll wave. Courtesy wave. Do you want a fist bump there?
Binoculars on them.
That'll help. Are those the rally binoculars? The future is bright, says Doug Wechter.
Yeah.
It's the first pitch from Ryan Zephyr-John to Ha-Sung Kim is outside for a ball, 1-0. Zephyr-John comes on for Brock Burke. Why is the highlight on me right now?
It's got to get higher. You got to get higher. There you go.
Now it's good? Thank you. 1 ball, no strike. The pitch is way high, and it's 2-0.
You could stand up and talk into that thing, couldn't you?
I could, but it gives me better posture. Posture's important, you know. We're not getting any younger. Something like that.
Oh, man, that's so great.
2-0 is high, and it's 3-0 on Kim. I can tell you which way the game's going if they're spending their time.
That's exactly right. That's why. Let me see if I can find BA over here.
3 balls, no strikes to count. Kim taking all the way, takes outside ball 4, and there's a 4-pitch walk from Zephyr-John. Hard thrower couldn't find the zone at 95. Well, the Rays do get a leadoff base runner yet again. And here comes Junior Caminero. '53rd game for... No, not the 53rd game for Zephyr-John. It's the 53rd for Brock Burke. Zephyr-John, though, has pitched his fair share. As the first pitch to Caminero, a cutter for a strike, 0-1. This is his 46th outing of the year. He does walk his fair share, 25 now, in just over 40 innings. Check swing and a ball upstairs. He went on appeal, and it's 0-2.
Well, he's got a power arm. I mean, he's going to go out there and use the cutter, the four-seamer, the slider, and the sweeper. He's going to use them all for a power guy. You know, he does mix pretty well, but he's going to sit 97 to 100 miles an hour from the right side.
51 strikeouts in just over 40 innings. Caminero officially 0 for 1 with a relatively deep fly out to right center. 0-2. Outside, cutter, and it's 1-2. The graphic on television showed that the ball that he hit to the wall his last time up would have been well out at Steinbrenner Field, but we're not there right now.
We are not, on the road. As we've talked about, this is the first game of a long road trip.
Got to take care of where you are is a 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball at 97, and Caminero looked like he's trying to pull the ball there down on strikes.
Yeah, I think it was set up, Zephyrjon had a couple nice cutters to lead into that fastball, and the fastball looks like it just jumps off of that pitch because there's about a 5-6 mile an hour separation.
Here's Christopher Morel. I'm a little surprised he's hitting here as Zephyrjon pitches to Morel, who's fanned 3 times tonight. Check swing, went too far on a slider, and it's 0-1. Now, I'm looking at Zephyrjon's numbers. Lefties are better than righties, so Rays have 4 lefties on the bench. Morel's the DH. I know you're down still 5-1. It's not the tying run, but you want to get someone on base. Maybe you got a chance before Jansen comes into the game. Throw to first, a lob throw, and back in standing is Kim. Morel had his strikeouts against the lefty starter Kikuchi. Now I think a tougher matchup. 0-1. Cutter outside 1-1. I don't think you're going to pinch hit for Johnny DeLuca. Brandon Lau would be your best weapon off the bench, and I can't imagine Lau goes in unless he's the tying run at the plate. You also have Hunter Fiducia and Tristan Gray and Chandler Simpson. We're not sure if Simpson can hit yet as he checks swing by Morel, and he went on appeal. Boy, that slider is moving an awful lot from one side of the plate to the other. There, it's a sweeper that came up, and it's 1-2.
Well, the issue is you got to respect the fastball at 98, right? So you're sitting fastball the whole time. That slider looks identical to the fastball. And so by the time you actually pick up the spin on that slider, it's a little bit too late to hold up.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 8th inning. And the pitch high and tight almost hit him. 2-2.
And then he pops you 99 in on the hands.
Well, it's been one of those nights. Ryan Pepio starts tomorrow opposite Jose Soriano. Shane Baz and Tyler Anderson on Wednesday. The pitch. That's outside. It's full.
Well, nice take right there from Morel, because that was a pretty good pitch. That's a sweeper outside corner. You go inside fastball at 99, then come off of it with a slider outside or a sweeper outside. A lot of times you'll get a swing on that.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out. Rays needing base runners down 5-1 8th inning. Payoff. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes for the 4th time is Morel, and the Rays have now struck out 10 times tonight.
Yeah, a lot of swing and miss. Unfortunately for Morel, just not his night. Coming in, hitting 3 straight games. But tonight, Kikuchi and now the bullpen has really gotten the better of him.
Johnny DeLuca, a fly-out strikeout and single into left. It's been solid since coming off the injured list as a throw to first, not inside. Why so much attention to a base runner with a 4-run lead in the 8th inning?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
I mean, even if you run into one here, you're still a bloop and a blast behind. Zephyrjon deals to DeLuca. Squares to bunt, takes a strike, 0-1. I actually like that idea. Not easy to bunt on 98, but the third baseman, Peraza, is way back. He's giving you the base hit if you're able to get it down fair.
Well, at this point in time, you just need base runners. However you can get them, yeah. Lay one down if you got a defense that's playing you deep.
1 strike pitch to the Rays center fielder. Swinging a roller foul to the screen, 0-2. That was a cutter outside the strike zone, and the Rays not able to identify that pitch. Zephyrjon walked Kim on 4 pitches in this inning. Think about this. The Rays had leadoff men on first, second, third inning, 7th, and 8th. They've only scored 1 run. 0-2 with 2 out. Swinging a ground ball past the mound to second. In between hop snare by Moore. Goes to the bag and just barely beats the hustling Kim to end the Rays' 8th inning. They get a walk. That's it. 3 outs left in the Rays' bank account. Down 5-1 to the Angels on the Rays Baseball Network. Starting to run out as Joe Adele steps in. You just heard the big home run he hit as he takes inside. Fastball from Ian Seymour, 1-0. 6, 7, and 8 for the Angels, who lead 5-1. There's a pitch inside a ball, and it's 2-0. Kenley Jansen warming up in the bullpen for the Angels?
Doesn't look like his delivery.
Or is that Connor Brogdon, who was getting loose earlier?
By the way, I couldn't see through these binoculars.
Is it 2-0? You looking in the right end?
No, I wasn't.
2 balls and a strike. How did I know that?
No, I was not. I was like, wow, these stink. I don't know what you're doing. How do you see anything? Yeah, no, now I can see everything.
Okay.
Oh, man. Don't tell anybody.
I won't. Nobody heard that. 2-1 is fouled off to the right, and it's 2-2. Hey, does this camera work? Oh, you didn't take the lens cap off.
Dude. Oh, well, I might as well tell you all the dumb things I've done today. So, in the pregame show, I couldn't hear the truck talking to me throughout the show, and I kept telling him, I was like, hey, man, I can't hear you guys.
As a 2-2 is it called strike 3. Good fastball from Seymour, 1 gone in the 8th.
I was like, I cannot hear you guys, so I'm just flying blind up here, which is fine. You know, it's happened before. There's technical difficulties, whatever. We all deal with it. Halfway through the show is the 3rd segment, and the audio guy comes over to me. He's like, hey, let me see if I can help out and fix this for you. And he looks at me, and he looks at the thing right on my side.
It wasn't plugged in?
Nope.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He plugged it in.
That's a swing and a miss, and an awfully good cutter to Travis d'Arnaud makes it 0-1 on the Angels catcher.
Yeah, not my best. Not my best.
Whoopsies.
Yeah.
That's what. 0-1 is low, and it's 1-1. Well, you did travel day of game, so I'll cut you a little bit of slack.
Sure, that's the reason.
It's the first time you've obviously used binoculars.
Man, I haven't used binoculars in a long time.
1-1 is inside with a heater from Seymour. It's 2-1.
Yeah, definitely.
That was pretty impressive.
I was like, man, Neil, how do you see anything out of these things? Oh.
2-1. Taken high, and it's 3-1.
They work really well, just so you know.
I'm glad that's the case. So who was warming up in the bullpen?
It's number 75 or 76? No, I forget.
It's Connor Brogdon.
Okay, there you go.
So it's not Jansen.
No, it is not Jansen. I know that.
3-1 is swung on and missed. Good cutter, and it's full. 1 out, base is empty in the 8th inning, and Ian Seymour trying to keep the Rays within a slam. Angels could pass the Rays in the overall American League standings by a half game with a win. Rays have just been in this tough rut. The pitch. Swing and a miss. High fastball by Seymour. Boy, he's looked good. He has struck out the first 2 batters in the 8th and struck out 3 of the 6 he has faced. All have been retired.
Well, if you want to look for a bright spot in a game where not too many things have gone right for the Rays so far, I mean, Ian Seymour has thrown the ball very well. Attacking the zone, getting a lot of swing and miss, getting some strikeouts, quick outs, been very efficient.
Christian Moore takes, cutter inside for a ball. If the Rays don't come back in the 9th inning, they will be 9-24 directly after a 25-9 stretch. 1-0. Foul to the screen on the ground. It's 1-1. I can never remember a stretch like that, let alone in the same season, but back-to-back, one immediately after the other.
It's hard to fathom, isn't it?
You go from the best team to suddenly a team that can't win. Is a pitch inside, cutter, and it's 2-1.
And it happened overnight, it felt like.
With a lot of the same players. It's not like you had a deluge of injuries. I mean, I know you lost to Rhonda after you got Brandon Lau back. And Simpson hasn't played the last handful of games with a hand issue at 2-1. Driven the other way toward right. Over is low. Now going back onto the track. He reaches up, makes the catch. Well shy of the wall for out number 3 as Moore skies the other way. And Ian Seymour retires all 7 batters he faced. Can the Rays rally in the 9th? Down 5-1, we'll find out.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at
to the 9th inning. Connor Brogdon, the latest Weeble call to the bullpen from Weeble, the official online brokerage of the Rays. Get started in your investment journey. Download the Weeble app or visit Weeble.com today. Doug, 3 outs away from hosting the post-game show with Brian Bass on TV.
I would love to talk about a comeback.
I would too. Chris Adams-Wall is hoping for the same as he waits back at our studios. Kenley Jansen getting up just in case. Josh Lowe takes inside corner strike at 95, 0-1.
Got some arms in this Angels bullpen.
A lot of velocity, that's for sure. 0-1 coming to Josh Lowe. Lowe to the screen, a changeup that missed wildly. It's 1-1 on Josh, who is an infield hit on a ball that he really hustled out. It was a routine grounder that was dragged to second. He's also struck out and bounced to short. Rays just 5 hits tonight, 1 double, 4 singles. 1-1. Swinging a ball lifted foul to the left out of play, 1-2. Since the All-Star break, the Rays have the lowest slugging percentage in baseball. And it's just hard to win in today's day and age with the hard-throwing relievers unless you're putting some balls off the wall or over the wall. 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. And also, the other thing that's disappeared is the hits with men in scoring position.
Yeah, well, it seems like everything's disappeared, right? You know, going into the season, there's a lot of talk about manufacturing runs, and then all of a sudden we go in the stretch where you're getting a lot of slug, right? You got Junior Caminero, Yandy, Lau. Like, all these guys are hitting for a lot of extra bases, including Aranda.
2-2's fouled off the leg of Lowe. He's still alive at 2-2 to start the ninth inning against Connor Brogdon, a former Philly.
And now it just seems like the power game has disappeared somewhat for the Rays. And with that, if that's the case, you're going to have to go back to manufacturing runs. But unfortunately, they haven't been able to do that either.
It's been a mixed bag for sure. And a toughest stretch as we can remember in quite a while. Brogdon, another 2-2. Swing and a ground ball pulled right to first. Shauna Wells got it, waves off. Brogdon touches up, gets low, and one gone here in the ninth. Still one gone, none on for Taylor Walls. Rays have had multiple hits in just one inning tonight. The inning where they scored in the first. They got hits from the first two batters. And the Angels have been really, I wouldn't say in control, but in front since Joe Adell's homer in the second inning. They scored two more in the third after the Rays left two in scoring position as Walls takes a strike, 0-1. And really from that point, I think the Angels have had control. To me, that was kind of the tipping point of this game. 0-1 to Walls batting left. Swings and misses at a changeup away, 0-2. Doug, hopefully you got plenty of coffee. I know it's a long travel day for you.
No, hey, listen. You know, it's just unfortunate. I want to talk about a win in the postgame. It's a lot more fun.
It is.
Breaking down a win.
As the next pitch outside for ball 1-2. And they just have been hard to come by. And you feel for the group. They're putting in the work.
Right. And look, let's be very clear. It's not an effort thing.
No.
I mean, they are doing everything they can to try to turn this thing around.
Maybe trying to do too much. As a 1-2 is fouled off the plate. It's still 1-2, but you can say try easier. You can say all the right things, but ultimately it's up to the players to be able to find that moment and come through.
Yeah, and it really, you mentioned this earlier in the game where it's that one big swing that kind of turns things around, like a 3-run home run when you really need it, right? One of those pressure wins that you squeeze out and kind of it gets the troops rallied.
As a pitch low, a changeup, and it's 2-2 to Walls.
I think they've been looking for that moment for a while now.
And I think every guy wants it so badly that they're all trying to do it at once. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ninth inning, Rays down 5-1. Here's Connor Brogdon to Walls. Swing and a miss. He got him off speed, or on a fastball low and away. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Rays Baseball Network. Alongside Doug Wechter and Chris Adams-Well, I'm Neil Solondz. Mike Noto, engineer of the booth. Derek DeBose in our network studios. Jake Mangum, the Rays' last hope, down 5-1 in the ninth to the Angels. A loss and the Rays can't win the season series as a pitch fouled straight back, 0-1. They'd have to win the last 2 just to play even against the Angels. And this has been a place where the Rays have had a lot of success. Coming into tonight, they had won 21 of their last 28 games in this ballpark. But when you're struggling, you're struggling. 0-1 to Mangum. Taken low, 1-1. He's 0 for 3 tonight with 2 groundouts and a flyout. It's been a collective slump and struggle. Starting pitching, relief pitching, power, average. 1-1. Outside 2-1, and the only way to explain it is baseball.
You know, it's funny. You say that, and if you play the game, you've been around the game long enough, you do understand that trends like this happen, and you know, it's hard to explain. It really is. And how well they played in the first half of the season.
As a foul straight back, and the Rays down to their final strike.
Compared to the quick turnaround to where it's been as good as it was early, it's as bad as it is now. And the frustration continues to mount, and they're trying everything to get out of this funk. But you really got to try hard because you got to figure something out because this road trip isn't getting any easier.
25,000 plus come to their feet here in Anaheim. Rays are down to their final strike, trailing 5-1. Mangum is set. Here's Brogdon's pitch. Down and in, and it's full. And boy, it looked like Darno was crossed up by the way he went after that.
It did. Kind of a funny reaction on that catch.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And now call of time. Looks like Hunter Fiducia has a bat in the on-deck circle if this should get any further. As Darno, I think, just went out to have a quick chat. I think because of that cross-up.
Yeah. I don't know how you get crossed up with pitch count.
Well, maybe you're just not listening carefully enough. I don't
Maybe
know.
It wasn't plugged in.
If you're not plugged in mentally. Oh, I thought you said fastball.
Whoops.
It can happen. Guys miss signs, right?
Good point.
They know what the signs are. 3-2. Inside and low, and Mangum draws a 2-out walk and will hustle down to first as the Rays do get a 2-out base runner here in the ninth, trailing 5-1. And that'll bring up Hunter Fiducia, who got a base hit yesterday against the Dodgers, his original organization. Nick Fortes had been 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. And you're just trying to turn the lineup over to get Yandy Diaz a chance here. And pass the baton. The pitch. Runner goes, and indifference allows Mangum to go to second. So, man at second. 2 out. 1-0 on Fiducia. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string, and it's 1-1. That's now 4 walks allowed by Angel pitching tonight to go along with 5 hits, but only one of those runners has scored. 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
A couple nice change-ups right there, back-to-back swing and misses. And well, I'll tell you, with a guy throwing upper 90s, you drop a change-up in there like that, it's tough to time up.
Not just a changeup at 83, so there's a monster differential between heater and off speed. 1-2. Fouled straight back, stayed alive in a third straight changeup, but still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rays trying to avoid going 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position tonight. Again, that's been among the biggest issues. When you're not scoring, usually you're not getting the big hit. Certainly the case this evening. Brogdon delivers. Swing and a miss. He got him upstairs with a high fastball, and the Rays have dropped the first here in Anaheim. They fall 5-1 and have dropped to 4 under 500 as the Angels pass them in the standings. We'll come back, talk about it in just a moment. You're listening to the Rays Baseball Network.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis